Friends, what seemed like a closed chapter has reopened. Ken Yaman broke his silence and spoke for the first time about his relationship with Demet Özdemir, surprising everyone. His words awakened old wounds that many thought had healed. In the interview, Ken admitted that his story with Demet was far more complicated than it appeared. He spoke about different expectations, constant misunderstandings, and how media pressure affected them both. The most unexpected revelation was his confession that, despite everything, he still feels a deep affection for her. At the same time, he admitted that there were moments when he felt misunderstood and that their differences were greater than he imagined. He said that life sometimes takes you down unexpected paths, hinting that certain wounds never truly healed. What drew the most attention was his regret at not handling the relationship better. Without openly saying he was sorry, he made it clear that things could have been different if they had listened to each other more. For many, his words were a veiled apology, a way of taking partial responsibility. Demet's reaction has not yet come. Her silence creates uncertainty, and sources close to her say she is not ready to forgive or speak publicly. She has always protected her private life, focusing on her career and avoiding controversy. Fans are divided. Some see Khan's words as proof of personal growth. Others believe it's just an attempt to clean his image. The truth is that his statements put both of them back in the spotlight. Is it an attempt to finally close that chapter, or a sign that something unresolved remains? Only time will tell. I have always thought that the real strength in the story between Khan and Demet was not in him, but in her. While Khan let himself be swept away by the speed of fame, by praise, excess, and the temptation to reinvent himself abroad, Demet kept her feet on the ground. That doesn't mean she didn't suffer. On the contrary, she bore the heaviest burden, protecting her career in Turkey, resisting the pressure of an unforgiving industry, and defending her dignity amid rumors and unfair attacks. Many say Demet handled fame more calmly, and I agree. While Khan made headlines for parties, relationships, and scandals, she chose silence or measured responses. Not because she felt no anger or pain, but because she understood that every misinterpreted word could cost her years of work. In Turkey, unlike in Italy, scandal weighs heavier than talent. Demet always knew her image was under scrutiny. Khan spoke multiple languages and could expand abroad, while she felt her place was at home, where she had already won a loyal audience and could grow as an actress with increasingly serious roles. This difference in their paths was one of the clearest cracks. He wanted to fly far. She wanted to build where she was. What I admire most about Demet is that she never let herself be dragged into the media's rage. She knew they invented stories, exaggerated rumors, painted her as victim one day and guilty the next. Instead of playing that game, she chose silence. For me, that was not coldness, but maturity. Keeping quiet when everyone demands an answer is not cowardice, it is intelligence. Many believe Demet was more faithful, disciplined, and whole. I agree. Her way of facing fame was not to run elsewhere, but to endure it in her own country, with everything that meant. She did not have the safety net that Khan found in Italy, with colleagues and foreign audiences. She stayed in Turkey, under the storm, enduring headlines and comments that could have broken anyone. I don't deny that her relationship with Khan marked her deeply. There was love, complicity, and also much pain. But looking back, I see that Demet came out stronger. He remained trapped in pride and controversy, while she managed to preserve a cleaner public image, even at the cost of silent tears. The media never gave her a break. Rumors of infidelity, false stories, endless attacks. Yet she kept working, accepting roles, showing her talent, proving she was much more than the ex of a famous actor. For me, Demet Özdemir represents the strength of silence. A woman who chose to protect what she had built, answering with dignity, patience, and work. Her maturity was not in fleeing, but in resisting. Khan sought freedom, Demet sought respect, and that is the difference that will always remain between them. Of course, it is not easy to be under the magnifying glass of millions of followers, where every gesture and word are analyzed and criticized. I have read comments saying, Demet is hurt, what she lived with can mark her, and also, she deserves someone who cares for her, who respects her, and does not play with her feelings. And I share that view. Demet deserves someone who understands her sensitivity, someone who knows that behind that strong and brilliant woman, there are also wounds and scars that no one else should exploit. What impresses me most is that, despite all this, she never stopped growing professionally. While Can Yaman was making his way in Italy and international projects, Demet focused on fashion, on new roles, and on a career that keeps expanding. That contrast, which some see as distance, to me is simply proof that Demet has chosen her own path. She did not settle for living in the shadow of past success, but used it as a springboard to something bigger. In the end, I believe Demet Özdemir represents much more than a failed love story or endless rumors. She is the confirmation that a woman can withstand pressure, criticism, and betrayals without losing her essence. She is, in a way, the heroine of a story not written in TV scripts, but in real life. That of a woman who remains standing, who inspires thousands, and who no longer needs to prove anything beyond what she has already achieved with her talent and inner strength. That is why, when I see people debating whether Can and Demet should be together or if theirs was only strategy, I think what truly matters is what she has shown in silence. That real success is not measured in impossible loves or press headlines, but in the ability to remain authentic, luminous, and strong despite everything. And in that, Demet Özdemir has already won.